When it comes to legendary anime, few series stand as tall as Dragon Ball Z. For many fans around the world, it remains the gold standard for shonen storytelling, epic battles, transformative power-ups, and high-stakes drama that shaped a generation. Dragon Ball Super, as its sequel and midquel, has often been compared unfavorably to its predecessor. While Super introduced exciting new concepts like Gods of Destruction, multiverse tournaments, and Ultra Instinct, it rarely hit the emotional and narrative highs that DBZ delivered during arcs like the Scion Saga, Frieza Saga, or the Majin Buu conflict. But Dragon Ball Super did do one thing better. And ironically, it's the one element that Dragon Ball Z has always struggled with: the ending. DBZ's awkward, abrupt farewell. Despite the brilliance of its character arcs and the sheer intensity of its fights, Dragon Ball Z has a strangely dissatisfying ending. Set 10 years after Majin Buu's defeat, the final episode of DBZ introduces Ub, the human reincarnation of Buu, and concludes with Goku flying off to train him. It's an ending that implies a continuation, but lacks closure. Goku abandoning his family, again for another martial arts obsession, left many viewers feeling conflicted, if not downright disappointed. Rather than wrap up the story with a sense of finality, DBZ ends on a cliffhanger-like tone, an open door rather than a goodbye. Important characters like Gohan, Vegeta, Piccolo, and even Goten and Trunks are sidelined in favor of teasing a new potential protagonist that the franchise ultimately never pursued. It felt like the setup for a sequel that never truly came, at least not until Dragon Ball Super emerged years later. Dragon Ball Super's ending delivers emotional closure. While Dragon Ball Super is technically ongoing in manga form, the anime's conclusion at the end of the Tournament of Power arc in 2018 offers something that DBZ never quite managed: emotional and narrative resolution. Goku and Vegeta, having fought side by side to protect their universe from annihilation, reach the quiet understanding. Goku doesn't achieve victory on his own. In fact, he relies on others, like Android 17 and Frieza, to help in the tournament. It's a rare moment of humility and teamwork in a franchise often driven by individual strength. The final episode doesn't tease another villain or sequel. Instead, it closes with Goku and Vegeta sparring in a quiet wasteland, paying homage to their long-standing rivalry. The tone is peaceful, reflective, and celebratory. It's not flashy, but it feels earned. The characters have grown, not just stronger, but wiser, and their journey comes full circle. For fans who've followed these warriors for decades, Super's ending feels like a love letter to the franchise's roots and a respectful pause in a story that's spanned generations. Why the ending matters more than ever. Endings define how we remember stories. They give meaning to the journey, especially in long-running franchises like Dragon Ball. As iconic as DBZ is, its ending lacked the emotional resolution that many fans needed. Super, for all its uneven pacing and sometimes questionable power scaling, did something radical for the franchise. It took a breath. It ended on a human note. In an era where reboots, spin-offs, and endless sequels dominate pop culture, the fact that Dragon Ball Super gave its characters space to rest, even temporarily, is deeply significant. It proved that growth isn't just about power levels, it's about perspective. Conclusion: Dragon Ball Z will always be the high point of the franchise's storytelling power, but when it comes to delivering a satisfying goodbye, or at least a meaningful pause, Dragon Ball Super quietly outperformed its predecessor. And in a universe filled with screaming energy blasts and galaxy-shattering punches, sometimes the quietest moment is the most powerful of all.